Hey folks, welcome back to Our Scamp Life. If this is your first time checking out our channel, on this channel we talk everything Scamp camper. Really everything fiberglass campers all around and camping kind of all around. And what we do, we're a family of three. We have a 2006 Scamp 16-foot camper and we take it everywhere we possibly can. So in this video, we've got a secret. Shh, stay tuned. For 2 years or thereabouts, a season and a half, we have taken our Scamp camper, Scampy, everywhere with a 2003 Dodge Grand Caravan with the 3.6 liter V6, I believe is what it had in it. We've done lots of things with it. We've taken it all over the state of Minnesota. The van served us extremely well. And we had no idea that we were going to, or really even a want to replace the van, because we loved it. It towed the camper just fine. But there were a couple of annoying issues that just kind of kept knocking at our door. And I'm going to talk about those in just a little bit. But the secret, we got a new tow vehicle. That's right, we got a new Dodge vehicle, actually, and it's not a van. We upgraded to a mid-sized truck. And we did this for multiple reasons. But let me show you the truck first. So this is our 2000 Dodge Dakota SLT. Basically that means in 2000 this was the package that Dakota put out that has the most options on it. It's a quad cab and it's four-wheel drive. We have the standard size short box that comes with the quad cabs on these Dodges. And we also have a tonneau cover, which I'm not 100% sure if I'm liking the tonneau cover or not yet. Too soon to tell. We picked this vehicle up actually a couple days after we got back from our New Mexico trip. While down in New Mexico, we had a family member get a hold of us and let us know about this truck. We had just kind of mentioned in passing that maybe this next season we would look into getting a truck, just simply because the van had some issues that were a little annoying to us. Now before I get to the shortcomings of our van, I do want to say that if you have a van or a smaller vehicle and that's why you bought a Scamp camper, I know a lot of people on our channel love that we tow this with a minivan, and we loved it too. But a couple of the issues, the two main issues really, are simply these. One is that we had to put on an aftermarket 2-inch receiver hitch. And that sits so close to the ground before there's any weight on the very back of the van that when you do add the camper weight, which is about 180 pounds of tongue weight, it pulls that hitch or pushes that hitch down to within about 3 inches off the ground on completely level ground. Which means every time we pulled out of our driveway and every time we backed up the camper into our driveway, it would grind on our driveway. It would actually tear up, it was starting to tear up some of our tar on the end of our driveway. Now it wasn't a huge deal. We figured out that certain angles would make it a lot less and so on, but when we added, and this is number two, the number two annoying reason, when we added any more weight to the back of the van, like our bicycles, it put it within about 2 inches of the ground. And so when we began traveling different places, it would want to grind and just tear up certain places that we would go, like campgrounds or even sometimes at stop signs on certain hills. And also, because there was that much weight on the back and a minivan is actually front wheel driven, we ran into issues when the roads were wet or when we were parked on grass on any sort of a hill there was just enough weight back there where our tires weren't grabbing onto the ground as much as they should be. And so it was kind of a safety factor a little bit for us. But we drove with it like that for a long time without any issues. So don't worry if you went out and bought a Scamp camper and you have this. Don't worry, you're going to be just fine. If you have a minivan, it's going to work out great for you. That in mind, putting the bikes in the back of the van was very annoying, to say the least. We had to remove the rear seat every time we went camping and then put it back in there when we were hauling other people around. And it just got to be kind of an annoyance because it was not a stow and go van. On top of that, when we would put our bikes in there, our full-size bikes were actually so tall that we had to remove tires or put seats down or, maneuver handlebars so that they wouldn't tear apart the top of our lining on our van there. So those were a couple of the annoyances. Not absolutely huge things, but they were definitely something that we were considering for a long time if it was worth keeping the van for those reasons. We did not want to get rid of the van because we wanted to make sure that this was going to work as we had planned. Because we knew that if it worked as we had planned, being able to pull a Scamp camper no problem for a whole season and then some with a minivan, that if we ever did decide to upgrade, we would have no problem with any sort of vehicle that tows anything more. So that being said, those are the two main reasons, the hitch in the rear grinding on everything, and I mean everything. It got to the point where park rangers and owners of campgrounds were actually coming and asking us if we could try to angle when we drive in and out because they were hearing that grinding. So that's number one. We were kind of worried about ruining the hitch and just some annoyances like that. And then number two really was the ability to get our bicycles in somewhere that they would actually fit. And what's great about the truck is it fits right in the bed of the truck, and we don't really have to worry about them. They can just kind of sit in there. They can lay in there. They can stand up. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we measured everything. We know it'll fit. The dog crate will actually fit in the back of the truck in the quad door section, and Noah will still have his seat, and everything will be good to go. So that's why we decided to make this. So many things had to come together for this to happen. That's why we decided to go with it. We thought, you know what, this is definitely a God thing, and it's supposed to be. And as much as I love this van, it's also going to be nice to have a four-wheel drive vehicle so we can pull Scampy into areas that we wouldn't ever try to go with the van. One of those just simply being up on the North Shore. For those of you that don't know, there's some awesome free spots that you can camp right on the beach. When you get up the northern part of the North Shore there's quite a few little pull-offs, and you just have to basically, you have to have a park pass, and then you just make sure that there's nobody else there. But with our van, we would never have been able to get onto the beach and back off without getting stuck. So now I feel a little bit more confident being able to try it with the truck. But those are our reasons for upgrading, and we're really looking forward to new adventures this year. I do want to say Scampy is out of storage, officially out of storage. We're going to get her de-winterized, waxed up, and get all the stuff from the fall packed back in there. We're looking so forward to this season, and we're looking forward to taking you guys with us. So if you guys are liking what you see and you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button. It lets us know that you guys like what we're doing, and we'll keep putting out awesome content. Thanks, guys. God bless.